I'm going to give you some specific case studies and examples in using a virtual assistant or an integrated virtual staff, in your business. As I mentioned, I found the Philippines to be a great resource for this because there's not as much of the culture barrier. English is their second language when someone's going to be working side by side with you. I found my very first, VA, Jacelle, and as I mentioned, she's shown the capacity to grow and learn, and now is our COO, our integrator for those of you who run EOS in our business. But when I first found her, it's again what made me realize it's about finding people that are fast learners, good communicators, and can take feedback. And they can work side by side and do tasks directly for you, but then oversee some of those specialized talent resources I talked about in the first module. So you end up kind of building your own kind of turnkey team.
Hi, I'm Jacelle, and I'm Brad's virtual assistant. And this is how I start my day. Common tasks that a virtual assistant can help you include email management, project management, social media management, overseeing a team of freelancers, and even personal research, planning a travel, and the list goes on. I constantly seek improvement and personal growth, including becoming a certified project manager. In the Philippines, we have a culture of hard work and discipline, but we also strive for work-life balance. That's it! Talk to you in the next one. Bye!
I'm going to go into and share some specific examples working side by side in kind of that quarterback model like I was talking about, right? And one of the first things I had her do was managing email. Email dominates our life. It's one of the biggest things that consumes so much time. So that's the first thing I wanted her to do was plug in, set her up with Google Suite and with Outlook. You can set someone up to actually read your email and respond as themselves within your email account. So we started working together, audited my inbox, figure out how did I want her to bucket different things into different areas. Had some initially copy and paste responses I had her send, but the more we started working together, allowed her to freeform respond and took a huge load off of my plate doing email management and have a whole module and resource that we'll kind of share on exactly how to do that on a step-by-step basis. Social media posting. I was taking photos and pictures out there when I was traveling around, wanting to get on social media. We created a shared Apple album, shared over to her, and she was able to put content on them in words and get them posted all to social media for me. Another thing that you'll learn to use with a VA is what I call micro protocols. You take something in your business that you want to do, you're not getting to, right? Or that's a constraint, and you create a little mini protocol that you plug a VA in. For me, I want to get more video content on social media. I would go to the gym, listen to podcasts, shoot a video sharing the quick takeaways from that podcast and post on social, which people really loved, but it was cumbersome for me to do, to post, get the video loaded. So worked with Jacelle, said, let's create a mini protocol using some tech and a VA to make this more efficient. So I'd shoot the video walking out of the gym. Then I would use Vimeo, which we found is the best platform on an iPhone to get a video up to the cloud. She'd get notified in the Philippines once that video was live, download it, use a free app called Headliner that put captions on it, then re-upload it and using a tool called Buffer would post it and that would distribute it simultaneously to all of our social media channels. So in 7 to 10 minutes, it went from me shooting a video in Atlanta, pinging to the Philippines, and now all over social media. So in your business, using a virtual assistant, you can end up coming up with little micro protocols that can be more efficient. Travel planning, I would have her research, hotels and flight options and populate a whole Google Doc to let me choose which option would be best for me. Even have her listen to webinars and podcasts I don't have time to listen to and summarize all the key takeaways in the notes. Personal tasks, a lot of things that we don't plan for in life that happen. We had to rip out all the drywall in our home. We had a natural gas leak and had to redo all the pipe. I just shot a video of it, gave it to Jacelle, and she found a resource on Angie's List, one of our resources here, to find contractors. My watch was broken. It wasn't the battery. Something was wrong. Took a picture of it, sent it to her. Using Dashlane, logged into my UPS account, created a label, created the return document, and had it in my inbox the next day. It's all the little micro things, personal tasks, can take so much time. Finding research of where, to hold your child's next birthday party. Right? Tons of personal tasks you can add on. And then that quarterback model as well is, I had an idea of being the first walk-in facility in the United States where people could come in and learn about outsourcing and VAs. It was a vision I had, but I need to bring it to life, and I wanted to do a 3D rendering concept of this. So I did a screencast recording of a co-working location we have in Atlanta off their website and showed, hey, I like the look of this place. I like the way that these rooms look. I like the glass, the wood. I did a Google Earth shot on my screen of a vitamin shop, which kind of has a footprint of what I was thinking this would look like. Took that screencast recording, gave it to Jacelle as my quarterback and said, hey, can you go find somebody on Fiverr who does 3D renderings? Sent it over to her, and she found somebody. And in 2 days and for $38, we had an amazing 3D rendering walkthrough of a walk-in concept of our business. And if I have time, I'll splice it in. You can kind of see the actual takeaway. people think I spent $5,000 on it. And other things, you can quarterback launching a podcast. Some of you may want to do that. Was able to get a podcast launched in a couple of weeks for less than $1,000 using VAs and outsourced resources as quarterback to run that project. And lead magnets, automated nurture emails, things you want to build for your website and you want to build into your marketing system. You can use a VA to quarterback that entire process. And even EO, when I was Strategic Alliance Partner Chair for EO Atlanta, having to get SAPs into the organization, I had a VA data scrape all the prospect companies in the Atlanta area, do an email outreach, log into my LinkedIn account and connect with them, had them show up to a luncheon, and did $90,000 in just over a couple of months between referrals and that strategy. So you can use this in so many different ways. So those are just a few examples of how a virtual assistant or an integrated virtual staff, as I refer to it, can plug into your business. And there's tons more, but that's a good start. So that's just a few examples of how an integrated virtual staff, virtual assistant can plug into your business, but it's really critical that you vet them properly as well, right? And again, I'll share with you all the resources that we use to vet VAs, do IQ testing, emotional intelligence testing, DISC profile testing, and any other assessments you use in your business, maybe like StrengthsFinders or Colby. Put them through that because they're gonna be working side by side, really critical to vet them properly when you're engaging them in your business. But those are just a few examples I think you'll find very, very valuable. So next module, I'm just going to talk about a few of the key challenges you may navigate, but how the benefits far outweigh those.